Gotta drag the microphone down, and then we can say that we're good to go. So did I did not. I don't know. We'll hear in a second. All right, let's tweet it out real quick so that my followers know that we are live. Good to go. And then let's get it started. What's up, dudes? Welcome to another weekly live chat. If you're here catching this on the replay and you missed this one, you can always, of course, join me every single Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time when we will have a live chat. And so we got Cat BT in the house. What's up? Welcome. But we're gonna continue to move these around and make it on an unpredictable date and time because I can't make up my mind. But for sure now, these are gonna be Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you can't make it, if you can't make this one, or you're already here, then the next one will be Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So, with that being said, I suppose I don't actually have to, put up an intro or talk about a topic or anything like that because we've already got a bunch of people in here. We got Cat BT and was it Jian Jiang? I don't know how you say that specifically, but someone from the Philippines. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Still working on getting my map together to pin where everyone's at, but I don't know, maybe that'll happen. Apparently I can't buy a map of the world that's any good from a store that is close to me. Makes me sad, but that is how it goes. My job, well, I don't have a job. I do not have a job, which is fine. But I am getting interviews, which is really, really good. I had 2 interviews this week. I've got another interview coming up on Monday. Hopefully I got some more hopefully I can get some more scheduled to happen coming up next week as well. So, I don't have a job, but I'm looking for something that's going to be a actually, like a move, like a step forward for me, making sure that I'm not going to take a job that's, like stocking shelves at a grocery store, working at a convenience store or something like that. I've got management experience, so I can take that to another job with some more responsibility, hopefully a little bit more pay. So that is that. Newest coming back on October 10th. I'm waiting for it, man. This week without K-pop has been horrible. Has been really, really, really painful for me. That and the combination with the fact that I have not been massively motivated or energized like I said I was 2 weeks ago to make videos and stuff like that. So it'll be good. Newest, we got GOT7, I believe, coming up probably Monday or Sunday or something like that. I won't be making a reaction video to anything new until Monday, but it's exciting that K-pop is back. Also, I am glad that I said your name correctly the first time. Makes me happy. It was 100% a total guess though. Which I'm probably now that I've said it right the first time, I'm probably gonna say it wrong the second time. So don't be surprised if I don't try and say your name again. We gotta make my phone shut up. We can't have that going on during making. We can't have it making those noises. So how's everyone doing? Without K-pop in it, yeah, man. I feel the same way too. It's like, I mean, so I kind of listen to K-pop. Um, I suppose you can say a lot of it as like my job. My job. I just really like it, but um, what was I gonna say? Yes. So I was gonna say I just had to kind of like get my thoughts together for a second. Apologies. But yeah, but I listen to K-pop, every single day, more or less, and um, most of that is just out of necessity. Like I need to in order to make the videos that I make. But at the same time, I do enjoy listening to it so much that if I don't listen to something for a little for a day or for 24 hours, then it kind of feels bad, feels a little empty. It's always nice coming back to listening to a K-pop song though when you haven't listened to any in for a little while. So it's good. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm glad that I could actually do this. Well, my pick for the month, favorite song of the month. I don't know that specific. I don't know that off the top of my head. I hadn't thought of it. I usually don't really. I don't normally don't wouldn't really pick a song for the month. Maybe I will. Maybe I will do that on like Twitter or something on social media. I can pick a favorite song from the month. But I don't really do that. It's kind of difficult for me because it's like because that's the thing is like I listen to um at least just the way that I really enjoy music is like there isn't it's very rarely that something just absolutely just like sweeps me off my feet, just like blows me away that it becomes like my favorite song of the entire month or the week or the year or something like that because with this the music that I enjoy, the music that I'm really feeling at the moment kind of changes from moment to moment depending on what it is that I heard that came up on my playlist and how it kind of like how I like responded to that like emotionally or something like that. So it kind of changes. Like last week, a couple weeks ago, I think it was. I was really feeling the song. It was it by Microdot called Auckland City. I was really feeling that song, and then of course a couple days after that, I was really into the song 21 from by Dean. You know, so it just kind of changes. I can't necessarily pick one song over the other, um, which is like my favorite songs of 2017 is not going to be like a list of songs where number one is my number one favorite song of the year. It's just going to be 10 songs that I really liked, and none of it's going to be in order. It's just going to be a grouping of songs. You just so you've already Cat BT. You've already heard all of the songs from the. I think I'm back. I should be back. Fingers crossed that I'm back. Um, or did you? I gotta wait until I hear it in my ears here before the stream playing back to me before I'm confident to know. Which to do that I'd have to hit the refresh button on the web page because I'm. Come on, internet. I'm sorry, guys. If you're listening to me struggle to not knowing if I'm live or not, I apologize for the interruption. Sometimes this happens, and it's very frustrating. I better be. If I'm not live, I'm going to be upset. No, I am. I know that I am. Wow. So I see my face. Now I just gotta wait for myself to say something. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. When I have a little technical difficulties with the internet, which happens all the time, unfortunately, it just throws things off. So that is unfortunate. So going to Cat BT, who'd said that she had, or she had listened to the pre-release or the pre whatever of the new comeback from Newest. Is that like a the teaser of all of the songs, or did you actually get to listen to all of the songs like in their entirety? I'm actually kind of curious about that. So did you get to listen to the entire album, or just like the teasers of each individual song? Yeah, that's kind of the thing with the with music, Jiang, or I don't know whatever your first name or last name is. I don't know. Um, but yeah, music is kind of, for me, it's kind of one of those things where it's always like I don't necessarily have like a song that is going to be like my all time favorite. Um, and it's also too unlikely that I'm going to have a group that is number one at the top all the time. The only reason why I say 4 Minute is my all time favorite group in K-pop is because they're the reason that I listen to K-pop. They're the reason that I make YouTube videos. So, that's the reason for 4 Minute being my one and only K-pop bias group. But every other group, every other song is just about how, I'm feeling that day, how that song, how that music is, interacting, kind of like, how I'm taking that in and processing that in my brain, and with my emotions and how I'm feeling that day. So my favorite groups and my favorite songs, and even the genre of music that I'm really really enjoying that day, just changes constantly based on where I'm at, what I'm doing, and stuff. So I think that's actually the thing that's really really great about music, is that it's something that is always changing, and like maybe you listen to a song that you really didn't like, and then you go back to it a little while, a little, the next day or the next year or something like that, and you find that you actually really 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 like that song for some reason. you know it's it's one of the things that I like. I also really like hearing the reasons and stuff like that that people enjoy music too, because it's really really interesting, because a lot of it is right kind of based in emotions, how a song makes you feel, whether that's just like you enjoy the fact that it's got a lot of energy and it's fun to listen to, or it actually does kind of, you can like relate to it on a personal and emotional level. I do enjoy hearing the reason why people enjoy the music that they enjoy a lot. So okay, so Cat B, just got the teasers. All right, I got you. The little teaser preview of the album. Does the newest album sound good? I already know you're probably gonna say that it sounds perfect, but like be real with me. Like what's gonna be your least favorite song on the album, do you think? Oh, they got solo songs. Ooh, it's gonna be fun. That's gonna be great. What was a girl group that did? There was a girl group this year that released an album that I think every member or most of the members had solo songs. I think I can't remember what it is off the top of the head, but that's what it is. Zira, welcome, and also Jessish. I don't know if that's, we're gonna just call you Jess. Why not? But yeah, but that's good. Um, and yeah, I would obviously, because 4 Minute was is like my 100% favorite group. Then I'm obviously super disappointed and sad that they ended up disbanding. Um, but it definitely, they were kind of. It seems that whenever a K-pop group has some like major success with the song international with international fans, then the company goes like, yeah, well, I know the international fans are loving this right now, like it's killing it. This is we're having more success internationally than we are in Korea, but the Korean audience is number one. They are the primary people that we have got to cater towards. And so they just like turn their backs on us and like, yeah, cool. So this song, so a couple of songs from 4 Minute, we were great. Yeah, we're gonna do something different. CLC did that. I was irritated with that. So, yeah. I'm glad that you could actually make it out to this one, Zira. I kind of, I don't know necessarily if my previous one was, well, I suppose because that's been a little while, because I've been off and on with doing these, and also probably the timing was not the best. So I do apologize for that, but I'm glad that I could see your name back in the chat, because it has been a very, very long time. So, like I said, I am glad. I just remembered too, because I forgot to publish the replay of last week's live chat. So oopsies, I'll have to remember to do that when I'm finished with this, so that we'll get a video uploaded today. Guilty pleasure song, Jessish actually asked, and I haven't answered that yet. I don't know if I have an actual guilty pleasure song. I mean, it's kind of different, like guilty pleasure song that you would share with your friends that don't listen to K-pop, or like a guilty pleasure song that you wouldn't want to share with friends that actually do listen to K-pop, because that's kind of the thing. Like, if no matter what it is, I think I say that I enjoy when it comes to like K-pop songs, like my guilty pleasure I wouldn't want to share with K-pop fans. I don't think that there's really any song that I would be afraid and concerned to say like I like that song, because everyone's like, yeah, there's some weird and interesting stuff in K-pop. But when it comes to like what I would share about, or what I wouldn't share with like friends and family who don't listen to K-pop, who don't like it, who don't know anything about it, it would have to be like this, like a lot of those well, I suppose girl songs from girl groups, like Cosmic Girls and Happy, like those super, super energetic, upbeat songs that I absolutely love, man. They're like probably my favorite songs in K-pop, but just because of the fact that they're one of those kinds of girl groups, and just the music and the music videos, like I just don't really want to share it. Where's that subunit from Gugudan with the killing all the ice cream kids and stuff? I don't know if I would share that with my friends either. It's a guilty pleasure song in that sense. So I guess those would be my guilty pleasure songs. Only guilty pleasure songs in the sense that I would not share them with the average person. If I'm like, yo, you gotta check out this K-pop stuff, I'd be sharing like NCT and shit with them. I wouldn't be sharing Cosmic Girls or G-Friend or like Labum, or who else? Some of the new stuff from Sonamu, or just so many of those girl groups that do that kind of stuff that I just wouldn't be particularly inclined to share that. What's up, Andy? Glad that you can join, or I suppose decide to not sleep in favor of hanging out with me for probably another 45 minutes or so until we shut it down. So I guess Fridays obviously Fridays work out for you. You told me that last week, so glad we're moving them to Fridays now, so you can come regularly. Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern time, or around 9 p.m. because this one did not start around at 9 p.m. But yeah, that's when I got. What do I think about Hyuna's popularity? I don't know. Honestly, so I guess we can say I don't think anything of her popularity. Yeah, I don't necessarily really have, like a major opinion on Hyunna's popularity. I don't think that it's like that she's more or less popular than she was uh, before Four Minute disbanded. I don't specifically know, but I do have to say that her newest song, her newest album, and all that stuff is like probably her, maybe possibly her best and my favorite. So I mean, I love it because it's different. It's like it's a really really great song and album and all of that. I love it. 9:30 in the morning. It's 9:30 in the morning on Saturday over in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure. The date time. You're all from the future. um, but yeah, I'm not necessarily surprised that Koreans are not a big time fan of Babe, because the reason that they probably like Hyuna a lot, the reason why a lot of people like her is because they find her attractive and they like looking at her and all of that. They're just into her for the sex appeal, and um and this song is very very different. It's kind of reminiscent, I think, if you like actually listen to it and feel it. Not like, I don't mean like actually like go into the lyrics, look at the translation of the lyrics, and and like, you like, I actually just felt it. I felt in my, like, as I just listened to the song without even understanding any of the words. I just felt that it was kind of reminiscent of the, what was that, was it 23, I think it was, from IU. It was either her most recent, not her most recent, it was what, 1 year 2 years ago, something like that. I think she ended up getting in some scandal for some like nasty comments or something like that about some kid or whatever, that was completely misrepresented as far as her reference in the lyrics. But kind of similar to how IU was like, I've been doing this thing because this is what's working for me. This is what I'm popular for. This is how you guys know me. But what you don't know is I'm actually like this, or this is who I really am, or this is who I want to be. This is who I can be as a singer and a performer. So if you look at the song and album that just most recently released, in that sense, like, it's probably my favorite album that she's released, because it's kind of that moment that I think is going to potentially mark her transformation from being having this super sexy and like aggressive and with an attitude, with an stage performance with a bunch of attitude, is that she's going to go with something that's different, and potentially, I suppose, maybe it would just be like the complete opposite of that, which I really really enjoy it. I like it a lot, because I actually feel legitimately that with that song and album, is that the Hyuna that I kind of know and got the vibe from when I was like actually kind of standing that group and watching all of their behind the scenes stuff and whatever the variety shows and stuff that they were doing. um um that like, I kind of feel that Babe is probably more in line with the personality of Hyuna that I know when she's not on stage. Granted, because it was from like variety shows and stuff like that, who knows if it's actual real and she's acting. But she seems to be a completely different person on stage when she's performing than she is off stage. Or even I was like physically in the same room as her in Chicago, and when she's performing, she's one person, but when she's interacting with the artist or with the fans and doing that kind of stuff, she's different. So she's really good. I mean, it's like she knows, or she had like this stage persona and personality that she built up, and she knows what's working, and she does a really really good job with it. But that stage persona that she puts on is not her actual personality. And I think that Babe is much much closer to who she actually is as a human being and a individual. So it's good to see. I mean, like, even if it isn't, like, it's good to see that she's trying something different, because like Andy just said in the comments, or that I just saw, that um that you gotta try new stuff to evolve and learn, what you can do well and what you can't do well, what your strengths and weaknesses are. And of course, if you don't do something well the first time, then the next time you'll do it better, probably, hopefully. You got to try stuff to every time you try something new, you'll learn something. You come away knowing something that you didn't know before. So that's why it's always good. Why I get frustrated when groups like get stuck in a rut of releasing stuff that sounds the same, because I wish they would try something different. Who knows what the next thing, if your new dramatic different sound and look is going to be something that's super successful. But at the very least, if it's not successful, you'll learn something that you can apply towards the future, to the next release. That's at least the way that I view it. Could I be a K-pop company CEO? Do you think I could? Do you think I'm cut out for that, to make these decisions and stuff? I don't think I am, but it's kind of fun to think about, isn't it? Def Leppard's Photograph. That's an interesting comparison. I'll have to look. I'll have to kind of like listen to those one and then the other, and kind of like listen to that closely and make that comparison. But that's actually an interesting interesting thing to be reminded of. That's an intriguing idea. Definitely something I will check out and investigate. But like, that's that I suppose I just led myself right into saying that's why I'm disappointed with GFriend's release. Like I love GFriend. Their music is good. Like 100%. Like I've got no issues with the music on an individual basis. But when they did Fingertip, I was like, oh yes, this is like their 3 songs. Because this is what K-pop groups go through, kind of as a pattern. Is they release 3 songs with one concept, whether that's like visual concept or sound or something like that, and then their 4th song after that, the next trio of songs, is a evolution, is a step in a direction, new genre, new look. Every single group does that, it seems. And it looked Fingertip was going to be the start of a brand new trio of songs, and then they with their 5th song went like, no, we're going back, because Fingertip did not sell like it should have, because you want to always sell more, and we just can't take a step back. We can't fail. We gotta do something that everyone's gonna like. And so the last 2 songs have been still great, but disappointing in the sense that they didn't continue with Fingertip or evolving the group's sound and image. Doesn't mean I don't dislike GFriend anymore. Still absolutely love them. I think they're one of the best girl groups in K-pop currently. But it's just really frustrating with that. One thing that I did say too, I think after their last release, and I think I even said it with their most recent release too, is that one of the is that one of the things that a lot of groups end up doing sometimes too is that you sorry, I was just like zoned out for a second. But so the thing that I think that, or I hope, like a group that finds something like a sound and image that works really, really well for them, like GFriend has, or like Girls' Generation even, that they do that, and they release like their albums and their mini albums, have like major releases that have that sound, right? Because the entire point of your promo song and your music video is to sell your releases. So if you're not selling your big releases, then what's if your big releases aren't like killing it on sales, then what's the point of making them your big releases? So to do the interesting stuff with just like singles, just like a digital single with a music video maybe, or something that like this the sales volume isn't necessarily like the most critical thing. So in like GFriend's instance, like I hope, I got my fingers crossed. I'm hoping to God that like their next release probably coming out in the first quarter of next year, probably. So that, I don't know, maybe that will be overworked. I don't specifically know, but I hope that I just had an idea on how I'm doing something with the stream. Sorry, but I hope that their next release is something different, and then they can go to releasing something typical that they've done, and that they know is going to be successful. It's kind of alternating the things between being different and selling, and something that's going to sell. You know, that's what I wish, and that's kind of what you see a lot of groups doing, where like their singles between big releases are like a ballad song, or something that's not necessarily supposed to be the most serious. Not every group does that though. Some of them do kind of take on that strategy, and that's kind of the strategy that I really enjoy. Um, and Yeah, Andy, I would definitely enjoy a rap album from GFriend. I think that'd be fun as hell. Um, it'd be great. I'm not entirely confident or sure how well they could pull it off, but considering that they're K-pop idols, I'm pretty sure they're trained to do literally anything that they're told to do, so they could probably do it. I mean, it wouldn't be like actual, you know, rap or anything like that. It'd be like pop rap, but because there's a difference between being like an actual rapper and being in like a rapper in a K-pop group, obviously. Yeah, that is the Ursu. That is definitely kind of what I felt when I listened to Babe from Hyuna, and or from Hyuna, I should say, and that is also, I suppose, somewhat true with Photograph. I'll have to listen to Photograph more a little bit closer, maybe when we're finished with the stream, and check that for myself. But that's actually a really kind of that's an interesting sort of comparison and stuff like that. So I do appreciate you sharing that. I am very, very intrigued with that thought. Yeah, I mean, FX. That's one of the things that, I mean, since I got into K-pop, that's one of the things that has been interesting and refreshing about listening to FX, is that you know I wasn't really a big fan of Red Light. That was their album after Signal, right? Or Pink Tape. Was it Signal? I don't remember what the name of that album or what the song off that album was. I could turn around and pull it down and see, but I don't. I think it was Signal. I don't remember. Anyway, they've changed it up, and even though one song just, I think, completely missed the mark, or it just completely missed the mark for me personally, as being a song that I really enjoyed, you know, it was still a really, it's an enjoyable experience listening to songs from new music from FX, because it's been consistently different every single time. So it's been a lot of fun. They're a group that I really, really enjoy. Um, I mean, the only reason it's hard to compete with Twice and Blackpink is because Twice is Twice is Twice. I can't explain why Twice is popular. In all honesty, Blackpink is the successor to 21, and they're getting 21 recycles, so that's also a thing. And I mean, Red Velvet is in a completely different league of their own. So I personally can see why Red Velvet is popular. I can see and identify the reason that Blackpink is popular and why people like them and love them. Because I don't absolutely dislike Blackpink, but I personally can't explain why Twice is popular. I suppose Twice has just got that JYP promotion behind them to push them to the top. I so about GFriend. I mean, I already kind of talked about it, or touched about it. I've talked about it the last two reaction videos that I've made, but I wish that GFriend would, if it's not every other release, change to something that's like fingertip, or do something that's not, like they're like, well, not the GFriend concept. Like the music's not bad. I really really love it, but it's kind of, to me, getting to the point where it's boring to listen to their new song, their new releases. I'm not excited to listen to their next song. So if they come up with something, I listen to the teaser and it's something different like Fingertip was, I'm gonna be super stoked. Like I'm gonna be excited like you wouldn't believe for the new G Friends song. If I listen to the teaser for the new for the next G Friends song whenever that comes out, and it's similar to everything that they've released previously, I'm not gonna be very excited for it. So I wish they could mix it up, or find a balance between, selling the stuff that's putting out the things that are super super popular, versus doing something that's interesting and might not be so popular. I kind of want them to find that balance, and just, maybe every other release is the way that they go with their pattern of releases, or just commit to doing something different for a little while, no matter if it's not going to be super massively successful or something. Just got to change it up, keep their sound and their style a little fresh, a little bit more fresh than it is currently. I mean, yeah, I suppose that's the thing that Twice has got, but that's the thing. But that's kind of, I suppose that then that goes kind of back to the reason why I get frustrated when like a group, or a company gives a group a song that is a really big hit with international fans, and this, and you'll see it's hitting the top of iTunes charts like all over Europe and the North and South America and stuff like that. Is like, that's really really big, and it's awesome, and they have a, obviously different taste from what Asians like in their music, and the way that they like their groups to look and appear. So um so when groups like CLC do Hobgoblin, they don't look like what Koreans or Asians like. The music didn't sound what Koreans or Asians are, particularly biased to, and so it wasn't as successful as it potentially was. But it killed it internationally. Like, it was just absolutely killing international charts on iTunes and stuff like that. And then their next release was back to doing stuff that Koreans would enjoy. And I'm not going to roast them for that just yet, because who knows what their next release is going to be. They might be going for that alternating release. So the next one might be something along the lines of Hobgoblin and Crystyle again, or that no yeah, it was the name of that was the name of the album, Crystyle, I believe. So that's kind of the thing. But it's just the thing is, like, twice I don't see how it could massively appeal to people from the Americas and Europe. But I suppose I can get that it would appeal a lot to Asians and Koreans. But I think I'm back. I should be back. Alrighty, so we got really really irritating. All right, we got it. We're going over to mobile then for a little while to check out what's going on over there. Can I do that? Should be able to do that. It says I am live. Okay, never mind. Don't have to go over to mobile because it just came back. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, I don't know specifically how different Signal was for Twice. Like, I guess it was a different sound and style, but it was still playing on a lot of the stuff that Twice had been, playing on and banking on for every single release that they've put out since their debut. Um, I don't like. I don't even, honestly, like, aside from putting out songs that are just super catchy, I don't exactly know what style and sounds Twice even has. I don't even know what it would to get fucking about to get mad here. We're about to get super bad because yes, indeed, call the service provider. I do agree with that. It needs to change. Definitely. Is everyone back though? Because I just saw that like I dropped down to like 2 viewers and then I came back. So hopefully I'm back. I'm not gonna know that specifically for probably another couple minutes, but yeah, my internet just like sometimes, man, it just does not want to cooperate. I absolutely hate it. It makes me super super mad that it just like it's one thing to like have slow internet, right? Like I don't know, maybe I can deal with slow internet, but not having a connection at all more often than not is the most infuriating thing. So yeah, so unfortunately we kind of lost a couple people, but that's okay. That's the way that it goes. I gotta bear the consequences. Probably, maybe also my comments about Twice. Unfortunately, it's the way that it goes, and also the fact that my internet is garbage. So I lose. So I don't know. What do you guys? What comebacks are you guys looking forward to coming up next week? Shared it on your Facebook page. You have like a Facebook page? Like, is it a person like your personal Facebook or like an actual page with a group of people? Because if it's like a not a personal page but like a public page, then I will go like it. Looking forward to Dia. Looking forward to Dia too. I mean, I'm gonna say I'm looking forward to every single release because I am in all honesty, but that's what I got. I completely forgot about the fact that YouTube just introduced a ultra low latency setting on YouTube, which should hopefully kind of cut down the latency between, well, me and you guys. So stuff is even more in real time than it is currently. I forgot that they had that option because I didn't turn it on. So Jeremy Jimenez. All right. If it was like a public page or something like that, like I've got for my YouTube channel, then I would have gone over there and chucked a like at you real quick. But I'm not really gonna be trying to search you for your personal page. But hey, you know what though? I am friends with some people that are subscribers on my personal Facebook. But if or am I not? Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But if you're a regular and you interact with me frequently and stuff like that, then maybe we can become best friends. It's always an opportunity. 'Cause I do actually have some pretty good connections with people that subscribe to me. I did not actually check that out, unfortunately. I didn't get an opportunity to, but I will. I don't want to say that I'm going to listen to it after the stream because I tend to say that I'm going to do something and then I don't. So I'm not gonna say that I'm going to, because then I won't. Actually, what I will do though is, give me 1 second. I will listen to it right now. We're gonna listen to this right now, so I can like actually say that I have done it. We got highlight in B2B coming in next week as well. It says there are soon. I'm looking forward to some new music from Highlight. That's gonna be, it's gonna be lit. All right, we're multitasking. This is not the way to properly do this. Also, earbuds and headphones is not comfortable, so also not something that I would recommend. But what's the name of this? I can search it. A long time ago that I missed that. All right, I'm listening to it right now. Andy, we're gonna get a live reaction. I gotta make sure I'm not like, gotta make sure that I'm not like yelling though. Four-minute long music video. Oh, what? What is this? Holy God. If I had known who some of these people are in here, then I would probably like know a lot better, but I know G2 and I know Ready, obviously the rappers. But okay. But I can get into this. This is good. And layers. I'm gonna have to check out Inlayer then, I suppose, right? Johnny from NCT, right? I believe that. Yeah, it would have to be. God, this is like so like typical like heavy metal whatever, like interlude vocal, like he's singing out of the out of that megaphone and sound of that. It's so typical, cliche, I guess. Dude, this is like maybe the, I don't know if it's the greatest 4 minutes in K-pop because it's not K-pop, but this is great. I should have listened to this 11 months ago. This, I should have listened to this when it came out. What the fuck is wrong with me? That was awesome. That was really, really awesome. Holy God. I I love that. That was really awesome. All right, it's cool. So that's a thing. Yeah, that's really all I got to say. I'm not with that song because of course there's always things that you like about it and that you don't like about it. Um, I don't know necessarily that I would say that I'm a a big time fan of the way that the I don't think that the vocals or the rap lines were necessarily kind of like structured and meant to be a part of that song. But at the same time, rap and that isn't necessarily, and that kind of metal, heavy metal, whatever, isn't necessarily like the best combination. So um, I don't know. I don't know. It was good though. I loved it. It was a really, really interesting and awesome song. Not to mention, you're not expecting to hear some heavy metal like that though. So I'm gonna have to check them out. How sad, what's sad? Can we talk about soccer for a minute? Is that the United States men's the U.S. national team just beat Panama 4-0, and that means that they are not even certain to qualify for the World Cup next year. It's absolutely appalling that the United States hasn't qualified for the World Cup already, or that they're not confident of it. It's like it sucks. And so we're relying, well actually Panama's finished. So we're kind of relying on what Honduras is going to do to, well, 9, 10, 11, 10, 11, 12. I suppose we qualified already, but it's stupid. It's dumb as hell. But it's absolutely sad that the United States basically couldn't have wrapped up their World Cup qualification in, or that it took them 9 games to do it. It's like literally the last match day of the qualifying group. It's freaking embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, that's it's. I don't know specifically what I can say as far as the context or the as when it comes to like Norway, because I don't think that Norway's necessarily, well, I would be surprised if Norway's ever expected to qualify for the World Cup ever. But um, I suppose that's like who. That's like the Netherlands not qualifying for the European Championship, or the fact that they're not even going to qualify for the World Cup, or that they're probably not going to qualify for the World Cup either. Like the Netherlands, that's a hard word to say apparently. They're the one team that you would expect to qualify, and they, what group are they in? And Sweden is in the number 2 spot of their group, 3 points clear with the superior goal differential. So Sweden's locked up number 2. Well, no, they still got 2 more games to play, don't you? So maybe not. Unless the standings are not updated that I'm looking at, which doesn't look like they are. Or no, they are. But whatever. Um, I mean, hey, not losing against Brazil is big time. Like the United States hyped up the fact that they didn't like that they beat the it was a couple years ago. Probably actually it's probably more than a couple years ago, but a while back it was hyped up the fact that they didn't lose to the B side from Italy or Germany or somebody like that in a friendly match. So we know what it's like to hype up results that are against prestigious national teams, but maybe it's not the the most amazing result. Ultimately, too, it doesn't even matter in the grand picture of the thing because, like, sure, you beat Brazil or you beat Germany, but your national team's still garbage. It's really, I mean, it's really frustrating. I mean, like, if you look at the the form that the United States team's been on, still, I mean, our the United States success is probably around a decade old at this point now. But I mean, when you don't have anything positive to or noteworthy to talk about for 20 years, um, then you're gonna hold on to that forever. So it is the curse of supporting a team and a nation that is never going to be a powerhouse, or that doesn't have the opportunity to compete with the people at the top level, at the top of the game. So that just means that you keep talking shit to Brazil because you beat them 2-1 back in 1998, 22 decades, 2 decades ago. It's the way it's the way of being a sports fan. But it doesn't even matter because Manchester City is not going to lose a game the entire season. They're going to win the Champions League. They're going to do like the quadruple or they're going to win 5 trophies this year. How can they win 5 trophies this year? I'm trying to work out how they can do that. I'm kidding. They're probably going to lose a game this season, but it would be really, really awesome if they didn't. It'd be fantastic. 0 goals conceded in the Premier League in the month of September by Manchester City. That's big time. And you beat Chelsea and Liverpool. That's also big time. And then also my local team, Louisville City, is clinched the number 1 spot in the playoffs. They're potentially gonna finish the season as the number 1 team in the entire league, the best team in the entire league. And playoffs starts in 2 weeks. Second to last game of the season, second to last home game of the season, is tomorrow, and then the final game of the season is 2 weeks from now, on the 14th, and the playoffs start on the 20th. I gotta get my playoff tickets. Real Madrid, who? We're gonna roll through Real Madrid. We're talking about Manchester City here. Best team in the entire world. It would be fantastic to win the Champions League as Manchester City. I would. I honestly like can't even wait for that to happen. And I'm not saying that I can't wait for City to win the Champions League because I personally want them to win the Champions League, but like I want them to win the Champions League the same reason or the same for the same reason that like for the same reason that I like cried when they won when they won the league the first time, right? Because of how much it meant to all of the fans. That went down with the team to like Division 3 or Division 2 or whatever it was, down into like they got relegated 3 times. They've been through there from like thick and thin. So it would be so great to get to see Manchester City win the Champions League and see the reactions of fans and stuff like that. It would be so awesome. I want them to win it because of the fans that are going to be there and have been dedicated. I don't want them to win it because of me or because that's what I want. I want to say, like, we won the Champions League. Yeah, I don't know of what that TV show is, but then again, I don't watch TV. I don't watch American TV, let alone Korean TV. So, like that. So you'll find those videos or a couple of videos around, right, of like the final 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes from like the 85th minute. 'Cause I'm coming back. We better be. I gotta just wait until it comes back on the thing so I can talk about this really quickly. Come on. Come on. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm back. Well, my internet connection is pretty garbage, so I think that's a pretty good hint that I might want to stop now. Um, so come on, internet, and my playback of this thing. We're just gonna hit a little refresh right here, see if something comes up. Hopefully it does. All right, we're good. I just gotta refresh my web page apparently, or maybe I don't. Apparently I have to wait still because it hasn't caught up, so that's always good. Um, all right, now we're back. Cool. Yeah. So the replay going to YouTube and searching for like the basically the last, I think it was like probably 20 minutes or something like that. I think they're like 20-minute long videos of when Manchester City won the league, right? It's like we scored what 2 goals or something like that through extra time, or the last 3 goals that they scored against Queen's Park Rangers. Um, and that entire broadcast thing and all of that stuff I love watching it because of just how emotional that whole event is. For the English people and the people who are fans of Manchester City, who are originally fans of Manchester City and aren't fans like in the way that I am. I love watching it for all the people that are attached to that team like that. So I suppose that's going to be it, because apparently that was a really great time to just kill my live stream and lose all my viewers. So I suppose it's going to be it for the night. If you're here and you came back, apologize, but Aguero is 1 goal away from becoming, or from tying for tying the record for most goals scored by a Manchester City player. So he's like 2 goals away from going into the record books for the team. He's gonna be a legend. Not only for the fact that he's spectacularly good, he's probably been the best striker that the team's ever had. Although Sean Goder and it's other people, but he's definitely going to be an icon and a legend for winning us the league for the first time in like 100 trillion years, and he's gonna be the club's leading goal scorer too. So it's a fantastic achievement. I love the man. I absolutely love him. Hopefully our next our Brazilian wonder kid can score more goals than Aguero and help us win every single league until he dies or retires. We're never giving Gabriel Jesus up. He's ours forever. Hopefully, man. I don't know. Hopefully that kid just does amazing, crazy, ridiculous things with Manchester City. But I'm super excited for it. I'm sad that there is no English soccer this weekend because it's an international break. But then we make up for it through November and December. My interview, so I'm pretty sure I didn't get. I'm pretty sure that I did not get the job because they were saying that they were like desperate to hire somebody, so I would hear back from them like soon. They were the thing was like we want to have somebody in place and ready to go by the end of next week. So that's what next Friday, with upcoming Friday or something. They had another interview with somebody else yesterday afternoon, and I was told by the recruiter who placed me and got me the interview that I might hear back with them. I might hear back from them on Tuesday afternoon if they were interested, which I did not. And she said like at the latest it would be Thursday or Friday. And so considering that it's 10:21, nearly 10:30 p in the evening on Friday, and I haven't heard back, I'm assuming that I did not get that job, sadly. But I do have another job. I do have another interview lined up for Monday afternoon that I don't know if I'm exactly like super excited for it, but it's a job, it's a supervisor position, and it matches with my skill sets. So I don't know. I was definitely excited for it. I didn't get the job, but the interview was awesome. I actually talked about it over on my other channel, my vlog channel, in a lot more detail, or a little bit more detail. But it was really great. It was really nice going to an interview where like they actually were asking me questions where I had answers that I could draw from my actual work experience to provide answers. So it was good. And of course I learned some stuff too. Or I should say I kind of learned. I'm just gonna stop it. That's it. We're done. Just participate.